Charlie dog. Hey, Looby Dooby. Where's my Looby Dooby dog? Here's my Looby Dooby dog. Hey guys, welcome to Mugnanesi. I say that horribly. I'm sure I'll get comments about it. I have a really hard time with the GNA sound in Italian. I found this house that you're about to see the listing of online, and I wanted to show you what a little village looks like. We're right on the border between Umbria and Tuscany, and I happen to be standing in the backyard of my bestie, Donetta, who moved here a year ago. She has her ERV, she moved here, she bought this house, it's almost totally remodeled now, it looks fabulous. She's super happy, and she came from living in a big American city downtown and moved here to this little village. And she told me the other day she hasn't felt this at home in a long time. So we're all happy to hear that. If you want to see the video that I did of her house, you can go find it. It's this one. And I'll try to remember to put it in the description so you can just click on a link. Pretty soon we'll be filming the interior of her house and interviewing about her thoughts on the process of getting her ERV through the Miami consulate and getting moved here with her poodle, and what she feels like now after a year of living in a small Italian village. Lago di Montepulciano is here in this town. Interesting fact, Donetta lives here in Umbria. If you literally walk out her front gate, you are in Tuscany. Tuscany starts at her front gate. So it's just kind of interesting, but she is here in Umbria. So anything that she needs to do, she doesn't go into Tuscany for, she goes into Umbria for, to Castellón del Lago. And I mean things like government, for visa meetings, etc. That's where she has to go. She's only about 10 minutes from the nearest major grocery store, and she's about 15 minutes here in this town from Chiusi. Chiusi has a A1 on-ramp, that's the main autostrada on-ramp. It also has a high-speed train station, and you can easily get from here up to Florence in about 90 minutes and down to Rome in about 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending on which train you take. And it's a very convenient place to live. And in Chiusi, you have all the major things that you need, from hardware stores to box stores to grocery stores, everything. Doctors, dentists, anything that you would need. But here you are living truly in the country. So let's take a quick look around town, see what's here, and then we'll go through this listing and see what you get for 100,000 euros in a freestanding house here in Mugnanesi, Umbria. All right? You ready to take a walk through Mugnanesi?
Yes.
You pronounce it again.
Mugnanesi.
That's what I said. Right, buddy? Okay, come on, let's go. So I was telling everybody already about the fact that right now you're standing in Umbria.
Yes.
And now you're standing in Tuscany.
Tuscany.
It's just kind of funny. But this is literally the dividing line between Umbria and Tuscany. So we're going to walk down to the lake. This is the smallest of 3 lakes around here. There's Lake Trasimeno, which I believe is the biggest surface area lake in all of Italy. Then you have Lake Chiusi, and then you have Lago di Montepulciano.
Hey. Charlie.
And a lot of cats. Donetta feeds 10 cats a day. Is he giving you a hard time?
Yes.
Let me see him. Okay. Come here.
Sorry.
Stop that, knuckle butt. Hey, be nice.
Yeah.
Just that easy.
They listen to daddy, no mommy.
That is true. There's actually some very cute houses here in this town. that. So this is the park down here?
Yes.
Okay guys, well here's the house. It's a freestanding on all four sides house. It's built on 3 different levels, and it has a huge wisteria covering up the front porch, which is really pretty. Nice little yard, view of the lake. And I thought for 100,000 euros that this is a pretty nice setup. I was also interested in this house because, like I said, my friend lives in the town and I know the area pretty well. It's really beautiful and it's really convenient. And you could also fence in this front yard completely so you have room to keep your animals inside, and then you also have that lower garden area on the side of the house. And here's the side of the house. So that window that's right in front, that's at the cantina level, and the door's just around the corner. Then you have the main level that has the living room, the kitchen, 1 bedroom, and then you have the upper level with two more bedrooms and a bathroom. And here's your front porch. This is covered with the wisteria, like I said. You could clean this up really nice for almost no money. I would lay down some nice pavers and have a barbecue. This would be a nice place to sit on a hot summer day. Another view, you can see the age of the wisteria by looking at the size of its trunk. Looking up into the front of the house. That staircase inside the front door, that's real common. So here's a look inside the kitchen. Seems like it's in really good shape. The windows are single pane. You might have to change those out. Overall, it looks nice. The electrical is exposed. At least a lot of it is in this house. Something you need to think about. When I see that, it tells me that the load level for the house is probably quite small, like 3 kilowatts. Then you're going to have trouble running multiple things at the same time, like AC and maybe the oven or your air fryer or your hair dryer. So that's something you need to think about. Another side view has nice wood beams in the ceiling. Again, the light switch on your left side is pretty old school. I would say that's at least 50 years old. But overall, the kitchen looks like it's in decent shape. Here's the first view of the living dining room. Again, when you look at the walls, you can see a lot of electrical running on the walls. Maybe it doesn't bother you. Maybe you don't want to put any money into the house, and that's fine. Just so you notice it and notice that that's something that may need to be addressed. Other than that, the room looks fine. I would paint it. It's too bad you can't uncover the bricks in the ceiling because I'm sure that's what's under that paint. The floors look like 60s commercial tile, but that's all fine. Just the reverse view going back into the kitchen, and looks like there's a stove here in this room, and you can see the electrical wiring again on the wall over the door leading to the kitchen. But it's all functioning. You wouldn't have to change a thing. So this is the ground floor bedroom. You can see right through the doorway. You can see the stairs going up. Then you see the living room. You can also see, as you look at that stuff, all the electrical in room after room. It would bug me, but it may not bug you at all. And if it functions, you may think, I'm only paying 100,000 or less for this house. Why bother changing it? And you wouldn't be wrong. This bedroom is pretty big. I mean, obviously it's big enough for what looks like maybe a queen size bed. That's probably 160 or 180 centimeter. You could go even bigger than that. Plenty of room. And it just needs to be spruced up. Now, I really like this bedroom. Very ample. Nice view out the window of greenery. Cute ceiling. Even has a nice chandelier that I would keep. Big enough for this king bed plus another twin. So you got tons of room in here. I might put like a settee over by the window. But I really like the feel of this room already. Looks like the flooring is original flooring in here. I didn't get a very good shot there, but in the listing it says that it has a lot of the original flooring left. And I like the beams. I just like the way they have them colored. I think that's real nice. I might go with something different on the wall. But overall, I really like the feel of this room. And again, the windows are all single pane. Somebody told me that they took their windows in and had double pane glass put into these original wood windows and then refinished them. That would certainly be an option. It's about $50 to change one pane of the windows. Something you can do bit by bit, do a couple windows around the house at a time. Great DIY project. You'll probably get better and better at it. And maybe throw in some screens because this area is low near a lake, and so you're going to have a lot of critters. Here's the third bedroom, basically the same. Gives you a good view of the radiator system for the house. I assume that it's functioning. Stuff to check out. Very big bedroom again, nice view again, nice and green out the windows. And I would say I think this house would be a good DIY project house. I think if you spent less than $10,000, you could really upgrade this house nice. The bathroom, I think you could get away with just keeping it as is. The fixtures look like they're all in really good shape. They're not certainly old, nothing's yellowed, nothing's broken. There's even a toilet seat. So I think maybe just some paint. That's about it for this house. This is the cantina down below. If it was me, I'd go in pretty heavy on this house price-wise, hit them with maybe an $80,000 offer, and try to settle around 90. And I think you could probably get it for that. And you'd have a great house in Mugnanesi, and you would be very close to all services, but you would need a car. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you soon on Brad's World. Ciao.